Hello and welcome to Logos College Online Learning. All right, this is John Patel. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about presentation. We're going to be turning words into visual. It could be charts, graphs, pictures, photographs, all types of visuals. And visuals are very useful because they bring life, they bring character, color to your presentation. So you don't want your audience to be bored, right? You want to keep them interested and looking at you and your visuals, and this will help you have a great presentation and be able to convey your message to the audience the best that you can. Okay? Before I get started, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Logos College YouTube channel, and it has all your videos. It will be under playlists, right? And there will be a playlist that has all the presentation videos under the presentation subject. Okay, like here's all the speaking videos. Here's all of John Eric's Asian and Western literature videos. They'll be all under the presentation playlist, and I'll create that later today. All right, Google Classroom, please join. If you haven't joined yet, if you know any classmates that haven't joined yet, please help your classmates. They need to get on here. Everyone needs to get on here because all the assignments will be on here, right? And if you need help learning how to use Google Classroom, there is on YouTube, there's some videos that says Google Classroom tutorial, and this will help you get started with Google Classroom because it can be a little difficult. Okay, let's go back to our presentation on visuals. Right? So we learned last semester there were three types of visual. Right? There's graphs, pictures, and charts. The textbook we used last semester was Speaking of Speech. So what I did was I took out some pages of Speaking of Speech and I put them onto the slideshow. I want to go more in depth. I'm going to get into more detail about visuals than the book did. But if you want to follow along with the textbook, you can. I forgot. I don't know what unit it is. I don't have the book, but I know it says visuals, effective visuals. So graphs, pictures, and charts are types of visuals. And why is it important to use visuals? And it's important because you want your audience's attention. You want them to be looking at you and your visuals. You want them, you don't want them to be bored, right? And you want them to maintain interest. And visuals are most important because it helps convey your message or our message. So when it helps us give our message to the audience. And next couple of videos, I'm also going to talk about how to convert words into visuals. All right, how do we change a lot of confusing information into the correct visual? And that's the appropriate visuals. Are we going to use a graph? Are we going to use a pie chart? Are we going to use a line graph? Are we going to use a flow chart? There's many types of visuals. We'll talk about that in these videos. And the visuals have to be effective. That means they have to work. They have to help you. They have to help the audience understand your message. If they're not effective, then it doesn't really have any relation to your presentation and is useless. So you want your visuals to be effective. And then the last one, KISS. So this stands for keep it short and simple. You want your visuals to be clear. You want it to be simple looking. You don't want a lot of detail, and you want big letters. You want letters in big writing so the audience can easily understand your message. Okay. Also, in the next couple of videos, I'm going to talk about solutions, how to fix common mistakes that are made in slideshow visual. So let's go to the first guideline of visual. There's going to be two guidelines. Right? So the first one is is you want to show visuals when possible. If you have a chance, I would show a visual. Right? So some of the things you need to keep in mind when you change visuals change a confusing table of numbers into a graph. You want to change a list of locations into a map. This is very useful when you want to show locations of say a restaurant, of there's many restaurants in one city. A map is best instead of a list. Next guideline, you want to change words into a flow chart. Right? This is useful when you're doing step-by-step instructions of like how to do something. A flow chart is perfect for this. And your last guideline is your audience should be paying attention to you and not trying to read your slide. Okay? You are there to explain to the audience your message. And the visuals are there to help you and to help your audience understand your message. You want the attention on you. And you want the eye contact on you. Right? You don't want the audience trying to read your slide. Okay? All right. Most importantly, this in red right here, you want to change words and numbers into images. Okay, and that's what we're going to work on. All right, let's get into the first type of visual. All right, what are visuals? All right, they're visuals. The first type is the graph. Right, this is the most common one, graphs. I'm sure all of you have used a graph before. And what's important to know is that different ideas need different visuals. It's important to choose the correct visual to convey your message clearly. To convey, this word convey, it means to give your message. When you to tell your message, to explain your message. First type is the graphs, and this type is the vertical bar graph. Right, this is very popular. This shows ranking. It's useful to show comparison. How y is affected by x. So the y-axis is this right here. It's up and down. The up and down axis. All right. Here, let me show you better. I know a lot of people have been confused about what the axes are. So this is the y-axis, up and down. And your x-axis is to the left and right. So this is your x-axis down here. Right. So you have your y-axis and x-axis. And graphs, vertical bar graphs, are very useful to show comparison between how is y affected by x. Right. So x in this chart right here, or in this graph right here, x is the year, right? And y is the GDP per capita. And there's 3 different countries being compared here. Okay? So here's how is a GDP of each country affected by the year. So these show rankings. And here you can see that each year a different country has the highest GDP per capita. 2010 it was country C. 2015 it was country B. In 2020 it was still country B. So this is what they mean when they show ranking. What's number 1? Who's number 2? And who's number 3? So let's say you have all this information right here, right? And it can be quite confusing. These numbers, the audience will be trying to read these numbers, and it's difficult to visualize a trend. So you change it into a vertical bar graph, you can see how much easier it is for the audience to see that as the months go by, the popularity of the Green Machine goes up. All right, it's easy to see this in from May to September to November to December that it goes up. So we show ideas with images such as graphs, illustrations, and photos. Okay, so this is going to bring the end to our first video. This was just an introductory video. The next video, I'm going to talk more about graphs, pictures and charts and more problems and how to fix these problems. Okay. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do go to our YouTube channel, subscribe, leave a comment if you have any questions. Use Google Classroom to ask me any questions, please. And you have any comments, you can also leave that in Google Classroom. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.